All right, we are back again for another installment of the full restoration of the 1973 Fiat 124 Coupe. Now, previous episode you would have seen me doing this lower firewall bulkhead, wherever you are in the world. So that's all done, not welded in yet because we're waiting on the floor. Last episode you would have seen me made the wooden floor template buck formwork over there. So now that we have that, I should be able to complete this floor in theory, if it all works. We're about to find out. After I've done that, I need to then jump on to replacing the lower section of this inner sill here and replacing the lower section of that bracket. I did steal one out of the donor cart. Not sure if I'm going to use it or not, or I might just fix that one. Not sure. But first things first, let's see if all the work on this buck has actually paid off and whether it actually works. There it is, all done. So you can see easily now that, you know, all this forming came up quite good, flows down there, this all flows to a low point somewhere in there. This all drops down into this, what do you want to call it, rib, we'll call them ribs. Now, these came up okay, I think. I would have liked them to be a bit wider, but I think trying to push them any wider and deeper probably would have ended up tearing a lot of this this metal along here. I did get one tear along here, which I welded up, but it should be all fine. Overall, I think that came up pretty good. Pretty good. It's definitely strong. Now I've got to go through and fill up 4 million of these bolt holes. So might as well do that now. And there it is, all the bolt holes welded up. I did get a little bit of warpage just because of all the heat from plugging all these, but I think everything should be fine once it's welded into the car. So the next step is finally taking out this floor. It looks disgusting. It is the most hideous part on the whole car, and the time has come to finally get it out. Now, it's going to be a bit of a task because along all these little frame rails that we have underneath this floor pan, they're all spot welded on. I can't see any of the spot welds because it's covered in rust. So I'm going to try a couple of methods to just grind this down and drill bits out here and there just to try to get this out without minimizing the impact on the frame rails underneath. I could drill from the bottom up, I guess, where you can actually see the spot welds a lot better. However, then when I come to re-weld it, I'm going to have to weld from the bottom up as well. I would rather keep these frame rails all intact and drill the holes out for the spot welds on this top sheet. So I'm welding down, not up, if that makes sense. So let's get a whole bunch of power tools and air tools and see if we can take this floor out once and for all. And there we have it, one finished, complete Fiat 124 coupe driver's side floor pan. There it is. Now, I've got a couple of clecos up each end, attaching it to this frame rail that goes underneath the floor there. That was just to keep it all, so I could get it all aligned and square, so then I could go through and trim the edge along there to better tie into that transmission tunnel. Now that hasn't been welded in yet because I'm still doing a little bit of fiddling through there, a bit of fine tuning to get that all tying in beautifully. I had to do 2 repairs along this cross member, one along here which came up good, and I'm in the process of doing one up there which is not going good because I keep blowing holes in the existing metal because it is crap. Now, you can see along this inner sill here, I had to chop basically the whole bottom end of that inner sill off. Now, the inner sill was a little bit rusted out and wasn't too pretty, but I did it more so that I could expose some more of the floor pan that sort of tucks up underneath that inner sill because I needed to weld this to some good metal, and it wasn't good metal outside of that sill. So now that we have this almost in place and all trimmed up, all I've got to do is weld that in, and then we just have to put the firewall, which we made in the previous episode, weld that in, boom, all of this done, replace that inner sill through there, which is a very easy task because it's just a little L-shaped piece through there. And then I think this whole area here will be done, apart from a few little bits like this inner bracket just in there. We just need to chop the bottom end of that off and rebuild that. But that's not too much of an issue. The bulk of the work is done. One step closer to being a rust-free 50-year-old Fiat. Little steps. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this episode, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time.